Good morning, everyone. I think it's finally your time to host around because the summer vacation is around the corner. But I need to stay careful during summer vacation because in August there's a very special festival, and during that time, your parents may warn you not to go to the river and not to stay out at night. That's right, it's Ghost Festival. And Taiwanese think that ghosts may wander around and hunt people. But not every country think that ghosts are harmful. Well, you can find out the one case in our next lessons. Everyone, turn your textbook to page 82. Page 82, and the lesson is lesson 4. The title is The Day of the Dead. But the author mentioned that it is a joyous celebration of death. Oh my God, the author used joyous to describe the day of the dead people. How could it be joyous? Well, you can find out the answer in your text. But our text is from page 82 to page 85, and there are more than 5 paragraphs. So if you try to find the answer very quickly, you should narrow down the range of the answer. For example, you can use skimming scale to find the functions of each paragraph so that you can know which paragraph you should scan in. Okay, everyone, take a look at the first sentence in first paragraph. Have you ever thought about what it would be like to have a deceased loved one return and accompany you to a holiday celebration? It's a question, so of course it's a hook. So, our first paragraph should be the opening. Well, it tells the readers what might be the topic of this essay. So, the opening tells the topic, and the topic is the Day of the Dead. Okay, let's move on to the second paragraph. The Day of the Dead is thought to have originated centuries ago with the Aztecs. Nowadays, it is celebrated passionately throughout Mexico on November 1st and November 2nd. So I think the second paragraph tries to tell you some basic backgrounds and information. So the function of this paragraph is trying to, introduce the topic. Tell you some basic information about the topics, the Day of the Dead. Okay, what about the third one? Okay, let's move on to the paragraph 3. On the Day of the Dead, families assemble colorful altars in their homes to welcome returning spirits. Well, it seems that the paragraph 3 tries to tell you what would Mexican people do on that day. So, it is a new topic? No, it's also the introduction of the topic. So the intro is divided into the 2 and 3 paragraphs. So if we try to find out why the author used joyous to describe this holiday, maybe we can only focus on the introduction of the Dead of the Dead. So maybe we can find the answer from the very first 3 paragraphs. And also I need to pay attention to the following questions. I need you to focus on the time, the origin of the holiday in the second paragraph. And also I need you to tell me what would Mexican people do on that holiday so that the author would use joyous to describe this holiday. Okay, I'll give you 10 minutes to browse through these 2 paragraphs. Okay, go. Alright, time's up. So can somebody tell me what is the origin of the Day of the Dead in Mexico? That's right, the Aztec culture. Well, Aztec culture is a very ancient civilization in Mexico. Okay, what about the time? You try to introduce a new holiday to your readers, you need to mention the time. Yes, on November 1st and November 2nd. One for adult, one for child. Okay, so we know the origin and the time. Can anyone tell me what will they do on the Day of the Dead? Just give me 3 examples. Yes, the first one, they will, if you try to visit your ancestor, the dead family people, maybe you should do something for them. For example, yes, restore the grave. Restore the home of your past family members. And also, just fix their home. That's all. Well, in Taiwan, we also give them something, right? That's right. We will decorate. Decorate the grave, not just restore it. Make it beautiful, make it pretty, marvelous, so that everyone could have a very good time together. And the next one, that's right, there were 8. Well, on Qingming Festival or Ghost Festival, Taiwanese also have a feast with other peoples and also with the dead people. So we will have a feast. Alright, so I think these are the basic information about this holiday. When and how do Mexican people celebrate it? So I think we can already know the answer from this information. For example, well, we can see they restore the grave, decorate the grave, feast with the dead people, as if your past family members return. So you can use one word from the first paragraph to describe this situation. That's right. It's reunion. Well, reunion, you can divide this word into 2 parts. Re means again. Union, if you don't know this word, you might be familiar with its family. Unite. The United Nations of America. So, unite means put it together into one. So, reunion means put everything into one again. So, reunion is a noun, and its verb form is reunite. Okay, so you can say, after the war, we finally can have the reunion with our family members. Okay, next. Well, I think you should pay attention to this word, feast. Because that we had the reunion with our family members, so it is joyous. And to let people know it's joyous, we hold a feast. Feast can be a noun or a verb. Well, if you use it as a noun, it's very similar to one word you learned from your first year. Remember the lesson 办桌? We learned the word banquet. But if you want to use it as a verb, you could say you feast with somebody, or you could say you feast on, and you say plus food here. That means you eat something during the feast. For example, you could say, during Thanksgiving, Americans usually feast on turkey with their families. Okay, so these 2 words is the basic, or I should say the central spirit of the Day of the Dead. Because we have the reunion, so it's joyous. So we use a feast to celebrate this joyous holiday. Okay, so we already know the answer here. But now if it is your time to introduce these ideas to your friends. You could say, oh, you know that when our dead family members reunite with us, we hold a feast. Well, your friends may be scared away. He may think, oh my god, you celebrate with zombie? Of course not. So, to make your statement, your introduction, more persuasive, you need to use one sentence patterns on the first sentence in the second paragraph. The date of the date is thought to have originated. So you could say like this. Something is thought. Something is said. Something is believed to do something. Well, you may ask, teacher, why do we use passive voice? Because in this sentence you may find out there's no speaker. It's not what I say, not what I believe, not what I thought. It's something is said, it's thought. We don't know the speaker, so it's not my idea, it's not his idea, it's not our ideas. It is believed. So we try to eliminate the speaker so that your statement might feel more objective, more persuasive. Okay, it's not your idea, it is believed by everyone, right? So you say something is thought to do something. For example, the sentence in our text. Date of the date is thought to have originated. But why do we use have here? Well, that is because the verb originate happened right before thought. We think now. So the date of the day is thought right now. But originate is a verb happened before. So if your verb here happened earlier than the verb here, you should use the participle tense. Okay. So you can say the sun is believed to rise from the east. Rise happened now. Believe happened now. So we just use to rise. But if you say, well, somebody cheated before and we believe that, you could say, Mary is believed to have cheated during the exam. So in this way, you can make your sentence more persuasive, right? It's not what I said, it is believed by everyone. Okay, so now we have already browsed through the main topic of these lessons and we know a very useful sentence pattern here. So if you don't have any question, I need you to do some homework. Try to use these sentence patterns to describe some holidays, festivals in other countries. And we will check next time. Okay, if you don't have any question, class dismissed.